it's Kristen from Southern Mom, and today's video I go from country girl to city girl. It's my husband's 40th birthday. I completely surprised him with a trip to New York.
I wanted to go there forever.
I know, we've never been.
This is amazing.
So we live in Texas, and he just thought we were dropping off the kids in the morning at school.
I love you.
I'm so excited for school.
Neither one of us have been to New York before, so it was exciting for me since I'd never been before, but it's like been his #1 place here in the United States that he's wanted to go visit. So I knew he was gonna be really excited when he figured out that we were gonna be going to New York.
The surprise where we're going.
New York? Oh my God.
So eventually we hopped on the plane. So when we finally landed, we went into our hotel. The hotel we stayed in was the Crowne Plaza in Manhattan in Times Square, and it's the perfect location. I had done a lot of research, and I didn't want to overbook our stay there. I know how his personality is, which is a lot like mine, and if I book too many things together, it just becomes overwhelming. The #1 thing I wanted to do on Saturday was to get a tour bus ticket for us that was gonna let us hop on and hop off all the different areas of New York. And fortunately, that kind of fell in our lap when we got there on Friday. We walked out of the hotel and we were directly on Times Square. And it looks just like it does on TV. There were TV screens everywhere.
We're in Times Square.
Hey, having a blast.
Check this out, this is where the bus stops.
Sure did past all the neon signs. We both been waiting for this all night. Sure I've been waiting for you to. Tell me you can take me home. Tell me you can take me home. So far from where we started from,
What do you think?
but everywhere with you is a perfect view.
Oh, just looking at everything. This is where the freaking ball drops every year.
You know the night is what you make it.
Next thing you know, there was a guy that was selling tickets for the tour bus, and I recognized the name because I had seen it when I was doing my research online. And I said, first of all, Statue of Liberty, 9/11 Memorial, where all does this tour bus go? He pulled out his card. This guy was amazing. It's called Top View, and he really went into detail about everything I did, and it was the most amazing buy. I pulled out $100. It was 50 for Rudy, 50 for me, and that was the best $100 that we spent. One of the very first things that happened was I had my video camera, and I was scanning and I was videoing. And this guy, I don't know, Captain America or somebody like that, came up to me, and I thought he was doing a fist bump, and I was like, hey, what's up? It's a video. It's a video.
Oh yeah! Give me.
And they're all around me, and I'm like, okay, well, Braxton and the girls will love this picture, sure. And so I smile, and they take this picture. Immediately, they're like, okay, give us a tip. And we're like, what? A tip? Oh, okay. I will say, if you're gonna be having a trip, the taxi ride to the hotel was $45, $50, something like that. And so we were really close to a Planet Hollywood. And at that point, I didn't care if it was really the nicest place in town. There were so many restaurants with really, really long lines Friday night. And it was so cool. They had the whole place just decked out in Halloween because Halloween is on Tuesday. And so they had like spiders and cobwebs and just really cool music. They were playing Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston. It was really cool. It was a really cool place and the food was really, really good. And there's also a photographer that came over and took our picture. And for one little picture, it was $20, but I went ahead and bought it because I just didn't know if we would get our picture taken at all on that trip. And so at least I knew I would have a solid picture that was good. The rest of the night, we just walked and toured ourselves through Times Square and just were in awe of everything that we saw, from Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show, just the entryway area, and we saw a beautiful chapel at night. I think it was the Trinity Church chapel. We saw Rockefeller Center, which was beautiful at night. It had all of the Christmas lights and everybody was ice skating.
They will chase me away from you.
Saturday morning, I got dressed and here's what I was wearing. So this is what I'm wearing night 2 of New York, and I'm wearing this green olive vest. It's kind of hard to tell in here, but if you watch me on Instagram stories, I just bought this the other day at Spice Village, which is in Waco, and it's a suede. And then I'm just wearing a black top that's kind of sheer on the sides. Also bought these jeans at Spice. They're gray. And then I have the little holes at the knees that are real popular. Oh, yeah. The frays on the knees. And then these are the shoes that I bought in Galveston this summer. And they're suede and green, so they go good with my vest. And they have like a little tassel, if you can see. I'll show you. So just like that. A wooden band JORD watch that came just in time. I'm so glad that it got here in time so I could wear it on my New York trip. But it's absolutely gorgeous. It has turquoise and then gold and diamonds. It's absolutely gorgeous. My mom is, I sent her a picture of it and my mom's already wanting it. She's like, I want that watch. So if you follow me on Instagram, you definitely saw my nervousness the day before we left to New York. And I went to the post office and I was so excited to see this watch from JORD show up in my P.O. box just in time for me to wear it to New York. Now I had talked to this company and they have really luxury, gorgeous wooden watches, and I was so excited to wear it on Saturday with my outfit around New York. Because I have a link down below to an actual giveaway of one of these watches, and it's a really simple form. So if you're watching this video before Christmas, this is actually a perfect men's gift for your man. There are men's watches that are just as beautiful. So for my husband, I'll probably use the code that I have down below, which is $25 off of any watch and free engraving. So hopefully he's not watching this. So I have those codes down below if you don't want to wait and see if you've won the giveaway. And I'm wearing the double heart diamond necklace that Rudy gave me when the girls are born that represent their little hearts when they were born. So that is all. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's show our view.
Look.
Ta-da! Times Square, baby. New York. I wish I could sing.
Hey, this window opens.
We are on the 47th?
40th.
Or the 40th. We're the 40th floor. It opens. What?
Swing that one.
Oh. Check this out. Oh my gosh.
That's it though.
Oh,
But you can
okay.
smell the food. Smell the food?
Ah. Making me hungry. Alright, let's go.
No.
So the very first place we wanted to head to was the Today Show. And it's actually pretty easy to get on there. They have laptops and you just fill out on the laptop your name and a little bit of information about yourself. So as soon as I walked up to the Today Show window, Chanel Jones just turns around and she looks right at me and waves. I'm like, hey! Like we were old time friends. I was like, hey girl! It was so funny. So then I just turned around. They said that Chanel and Dylan Dreyer are gonna be coming outside. So I turn around, I'm with all these people. It was literally about 5 minutes later and they all come out and it was just so awesome. Chanel Jones, she comes around.
We love Weekend Today! We love Weekend Today! We love Weekend Today! We love...
That was the best. Wait, you got some shirts? Yes! Girl shirt. How cute is that?
And then Dylan Dreyer, who looked absolutely gorgeous in her blue coat.
You got your phone ready?
Nice. Where is the building?
I said, hey, can we take a selfie? And she said, sure. And she grabs my cell phone and she's like, oh, it's cracked. And I mean, check out this crack. It's pretty bad. And then a couple of minutes later, I happened to be standing behind a little girl and we went live and Dylan Dreyer just turns around and
Now you're here at the Today Show. This is your first time in New York. What else are you going to do today? Do you know?
Going to the Museum of National History.
It's going to be so much fun. Is there anybody back home you want to say hi to?
Jasmine and Layla.
Hi, Jasmine and Layla.
And my grandma and grandpa at my house.
Awesome. Well, I hope they're watching. You can just, the list goes on and on, right? Well, it's so nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Let's take a look at the weather going on across the country.
so then we rushed over to our tour bus because we just wanted to get out there and start going all the places that we've been dying to see. I was really thirsty. I had nothing to drink. So the tour bus is about to take off and Rudy said, can I grab a water for my wife? And when I'm on the tour bus and he's getting my water, I said, oh wait, can I get on the top? And she says, well, yeah, of course. And you know, me not ever being on a tour bus before except for Galveston, Texas, I walk outside the bus, walk around, and I'm at the very back looking like, well, where's the ladder? And the top view guy and her, she runs out of the bus and is like, what are you doing? You're crazy. Like, come inside. The steps are inside and you can go upstairs. So I just lived up to my blonde hair. I tried to get on this tour bus from the back instead of inside. I went outside and everybody just pretty much laughed at me and said I should have been on, it should have been on America's Funniest Home Videos. But look at this city. I'm glad we had long sleeves and pants on because it was freezing. For it to be like 70 degrees outside, it was still really cold, and especially sitting on the top of the tour bus. And if you go, whatever you do, do not stand up on the tour bus because those lights are literally just like a foot above you. In fact, we went through this one sign that was above us, and I mean, it had like thousands of pieces of chewing gum on it. So obviously the bus had stopped and different people had stuck chewing gum all over it. It was pretty gross. So anyways, they also give you these little headphones, and we put our headphones in and you plug in to a little speaker. And there's a recording and it knows exactly where you are. And so it says to look to the left, look to the right, and explains all the places that we're at. So we had just come here to, because I was crazy.
You was crazy?
I was crazy. I had to get rid of my purse. It was just way too heavy. I don't know why I brought it. So I downsized. I got rid of my purse, and now I'm just going to have my phone, my camera, and we're good to go. So now we're going to head to Central Park. Let's go.
Take a picture of me from behind.
Comedy Central Showcase this week.
Getting peanuts.
Thank you, man.
Where we ate for lunch. Going up the escalator, we're in the hotel and going up to our room.
Get the
See,
big
we're
apple.
right across from M&M's World.